Good morning. So today we are going to discuss about the sex determination in human beings. So we know that each each human cell contains 23 pairs of chromosomes. Okay. Out of these 23 pairs, 22 pairs are called as autosomes and one pair of chromosome is called as a allosomes. So all autosomes are same in number and morphology in males and females. Means the autosomes which are only present in the body cells. So hence the morphology and the number are same in both males and the females. Whereas the allosomes are two types. So one is X and the another one is Y. These two chromosomes X and Y, those can determine the sex of an individual. Means females have two X chromosomes, XX in their cells, whereas males have one X and one Y chromosomes in their cells. So once again, autosomes are same in number and morphology in both males and the females, whereas the difference in allosomes are, so allosomes having two different types of chromosomes like X chromosome and Y chromosome. In the case of in the female cell, it contains both XX chromosomes in their cells, whereas in the males, the cell contains X and Y chromosomes. So as early we discussed in the Mendel's, so here heterozygous and the homozygous state. So we can otherwise also says that the human females having that homozygous chromosomes, whereas the human males having the heterozygous chromosomes. Not like that, but the males having that XY chromosome, females having that XX chromosome. So hence allosomes are considered as the sex chromosomes, and these can play a crucial role in the determining of a sex of an individual. So all the female gametes, we know that the females can produce as ova by the process called ovulation. During the ovulation process, each ova having a single X chromosome, means that is a haploid state. Okay, but the majority of the male cells, means most of the male cells having 50% is having that X chromosome and the remaining 50% is having Y chromosome. Okay, during the gametogenesis process, males produces some of the sperm cells having X chromosomes in haploid state, and some of the sperm cells produces Y chromosome in haploid cells. Whereas in the females, the female ova always produces the haploid set of chromosome which contains X. So if you observe the Punnett square for the sex determination of the human beings, so here the father having that, the father cell it having that both XY chromosomes in a single cell, whereas the mother cells having that the two alternative cells, means X and X cells in the XX in the XX chromosomes in the same cell. So here during the gametogenesis process, so this is the spermatogenesis process in the males, whereas the ovulation in the females. So in the gametogenesis process, the male organism produces a sperm cell which having X chromosome and as well as a sperm cell which having that Y chromosome. But as coming to that, the mother cell. So here the mother cell produces the ova which X chromosome and the other ova also having that X chromosome. So means during the gametogenesis process, the released gametes and the produced gametes receives alternative chromosomes which having X and Y in males, whereas in the females always carries that X chromosomes in the ova. So here, after the formation of the gametes, so now the further process is fertilization. So here, during the fertilization process, here what happened? The male gamete can fuses with the female. So first suppose if the male gametes which having that X chromosome, it fuses with the female gamete ova, it produces X and X chromosome. As early as said, the human females possess both X chromosomes in the allosomes. So hence the resulting cell carries that two X chromosomes, it gives the baby girl. Whereas the Y chromosome means the gamete which having that Y chromosome, if it fuses with the gamete of ova, so here what happened? So both Y and X, it fuses, and finally it produces a baby boy. So in this way, in the human beings, the sex will be determined. If the sperm carries Y chromosome, fertilizes the ova, the baby will have XY chromosomes and the baby will be a boy. Whereas if the sperm carries X chromosomes, fertilizes the ovum, then the baby will have XX chromosomes and the baby will be a girl. So in this way, in the human beings, we can determine the sex by calculating of a chromosomes. So the male is responsible for sex determination of a child.